like that because I'm too.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's very
trick-or-treat, give me something good to eat.
Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for Golden State, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. And the ghouls and goblins are out as we're hosting here on Halloween night. Oh, that is very scary, Shaq. I see you decided not to dress for the occasion.
Well, when you're 7 feet and as sexy as I am, you don't need a costume. Plus, I took my kids trick-or-treating before I came here. Ernie, father duties.
Wow. I just remember the worst trick that I ever got in a bag.
Trick in a bag?
Trick-or-treat. Yeah, the worst
trick in the bag.
The worst trick in the bag I've ever got. I opened up the candy thinking it was going to be filled with all kinds of great things. I opened it up and worms were inside.
Oh, that's horrible. That's
awesome.
A horrible story.
That's awesome.
That's a terrible story.
It was horrible.
It's a very sad story.
It was hard. It was a trick in the bag.
What was your best costume?
My best costume probably when I was an adult. I came, me and my wife, Run DMC.
Oh.
I was Run. No, I was DMC. She was Run.
Yeah. How about you, Shaq? You never dress up for...
He's dressed for Halloween right now.
I'll give you a hint, Ernie. Oh.
What's that?
Chewbacca.
Oh. I didn't know that was Chewbacca's sound.
Oh.
I'm going trick-or-treating again this year as Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Nice.
That'll do it for now. Thanks for tuning in. I don't need a costume.
You mean Ryan Giesling? Greetings, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this. Happy Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup in the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The New Orleans Pelicans preparing to defend home court in this Western Conference battle. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
And it's the Warriors to start out. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut and at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Gordon kicks to Evans. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Evans has got the opening bucket of the night here for the Pelicans. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Rockets.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Now here is Holiday. Andrew Bogut unable to get his shot to go. That drops.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
The Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Back to Thompson. Nobody near Barnes. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Evans kicks to Davis. Screen by Asik. Davis, the pass to Holiday. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Thompson. A baseline J. Rebound Asik.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the wide open shot from Evans. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Barnes can't get it to go. The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Thompson. Gordon lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got his second basket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Pulls it up. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Green.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Pelicans leading by 6. Outside Gordon. Dishes it to Davis. The shot no good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Pass to Green, taken away by Holiday. Gordon kicks to Ashik. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
That's short off the rim. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Davis gets it to go.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, on the Pelicans, guys, they were 25-4. This is a good point, Greg, when they had 24 assists in games or more. League average on assists last year was 22 a game, Clark, so they were above that, and they played well when they were throwing it around.
Exactly, and they were right around the league average on the year. That record of 25-4 shows you just how dominant they could be when they were moving the ball and finding teammates.
Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Asha. Anderson comes in for Tyreke Evans. Allen's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. Warriors trail by 10. Leandro Barbosa on the wing. And again, no good by Golden State.
You can tell he assumed
これでもなかなかやっぱシュート難しいですね。
It was all over.
Cole dishes to Davis. Tries from 16. Again, the Pelicans score.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Wow.
It's deflected. They get it back. Tries again. Livingston, no luck. Pelicans leading by 12. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
He told me he's a fan of Andre Iguodala, especially the way he's developed his outside shot. He said that was one weakness. He could do everything else, pass, handle, and finish. And boy, what a defender. But now that he's developed that jump shot, there are really no weaknesses in his game. Guys, that makes it awfully tough to deal with a guy who can impact the game in that many ways. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Anderson can't get it to go.
Wow.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. Pelicans, number 1. Second, the Warriors.
Both clubs physically dominant inside the paint, and that's why you see those outstanding shot blocking numbers.
To the paint. And it's Agenza missing. Warriors trail by 10. And there's Barbosa. That's good on the assist by Iguodala.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And so here is New Orleans following the score by Golden State.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Azili kicks to Iguodala. He feeds it to Azili. Lays it up and banks it in.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Here's Cole. And a miss there on the triple. And that does it for the first quarter. Pelicans on top. They're up by 6. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Stephen Curry. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And Golden State looking at who they got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Curry is out there with Livingston, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Here's Curry. Holiday with the block. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Good. Gordon's got 6. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for New Orleans.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Guys, you want to talk about one tough guy? How about the Turkish hammer, Ashik? Tremendous rebounder. A space eater in the paint, so long.
That's a great way to describe him, Kevin. Last year, he finished 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. Plus, he's always lurking as a shot blocker.
He is.
And, you know, going back to Ashik, I mean, he's not just a big, immobile guy. I mean, he's got really good flexibility, and that's helped him develop some post moves at the offensive end. He's no longer Mr. Dunk or nothing.
Stolen by Gordon. Down low, Evans. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And going back to Amir Ashik's toughness, you can see it in his face. I mean, he's not going to smile at you. He's not going to show you any expression at all. Just a cold-blooded monster on the floor. All right, a chance to check out numbers for Andrew Bogut. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 6 points a game last season. 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Outside, Green. Over in the corner, Barnes. Evans with the steal. He kicks to Holiday. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And it's 7 points for Drew Holiday. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place and the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
And it's slammed in by Perkins.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
Here's Bogut following the score by New Orleans. It's deflected. Evans with the steal. Holiday, the pass to Gordon. Can't cash in from close range.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Tipped away. Ashik dishes to Gordon. A second chance effort. Draymond Green with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Back to Thompson. Takes a three. And that one's good. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Perkins with the bucket. Warriors trail by 20 to the middle. Here's Thompson. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Gordon with it. Guarded now by Barnes. New Orleans moving it around. Outside Gordon. Off the pick. Can't get it to go. The Warriors go the other way with it. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Perkins. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Thompson. And it's Barbosa in for Curry. 1:57 left in the first half. Here's Spates. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Here's Gordon. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. 13 points for Eric Gordon.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce. Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashik. Anderson comes in for Tyreek Evans. Allen's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. Azili's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Barnes. Here is Livingston, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Azili. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Spates. No good off the front iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Now here's Spates. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
Now here's Allen. Here's Ajinça. Great touch on the 16-footer. Ajinça's got his first points of the night.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Here's Barbosa. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
And he can't hit the second.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Now here's Spates. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the rejection by Iguodala. And he gets it to go. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Leandro Barbosa on the wing. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Barbosa's got 7 points in the game. New Orleans leading by 19. Here's Cole. To the inside. The pass to Davis. Here's Ajinça, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Ajinça's got 6 here in this quarter. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Pelicans ahead, running away with it. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, As smart and as safe as they're playing, they made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to toughen up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast.
Gordon playing very well. 13 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
Pelicans leading by 21. Gordon the off guard with Evans at the 3. Davis and Ashik in the middle. And it's Holiday in at the 1. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Bogut after Eric Gordon's miss. Some nice passing by Golden State here. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 assists now tonight. Warriors shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
To the middle, here's Ashik. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches. And we all know Drew Holiday is a tremendous talent. That's why he was traded for the draft picks that became Nerlens Noel 2 years ago and Elfrid Payton last season. Such impressive company that Holiday may be feeling the pressure to live up to it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Getting back to Holiday, we've seen the size, the court awareness, the change of pace moves he brings. Clark with a little more assertiveness and continued improvement on his jump shot. He'd be hard for anyone to keep up with.
Boy, I really like this young man's game. He's got tremendous natural ability and a great work ethic. I think he'd very well be one of the best guards in the league. Only 25 years old right now. Plenty of time to reach that potential.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Curry kicks to Green. Pass to Bogut. Stolen by Ashik. 3-on-3. Here's Gordon. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 5 assists in the game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Now here's Barnes. He has 6. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ashik.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Curry. Last season, he played outstanding. Put up about 23 points per, 7 assists, and just over 2 steals. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through. Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Now here's Curry. Bogut with a clean look, and he can't bank that one in. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Perkins is checked in. It's stolen by Bogut. It's Thompson off the drive.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference to them in a lot of their games last season.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
Now here's Gordon. Harrison Barnes missing his last. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Allen comes in for Gordon. Golden State also making some changes. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Harrison Barnes.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Green inside the three-point line, and an air ball on that one. Way off. Here's New Orleans. They're on a 16-4 run right now. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Kicks to Perkins. Warriors with the rebound. Spates has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
There's 1:38 left in the third. Outside Holiday. He dishes it to Anderson. Allen outside. Here's Perkins. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Perkins got 7. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Here's Holiday. The Warriors making the shot. Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Anderson. Trains it from beyond the arc. Anderson's got 5 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now, here's Green. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Holiday, the pass to Allen. Spates with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. So for the Pelicans, Alexis Ajinça comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. Golden State also making some changes. Azili's checked in for Green. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Now here's Allen. Cole dishes to Davis. A rebound by Azili.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Tries from 16. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Cole. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got McAdoo. Barbosa is out there with Livingston. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Rush in at the 3 spot. Here's Rush. No good on his first attempt of the game. Here's Cole. The rebound by Ezeli. Ezeli's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And McAdoo kicks to Rush. Here's Barbosa. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch. And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
It hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
Perkins, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. The Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. And stolen by Perkins. About 1.5 minutes through the 4th quarter now. Cole, the pass to Perkins, and he dunks it down.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Here's Cole. Clock at 6. With the floater, no good. The Warriors go the other way with it.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Here's Ezeli, missed inside. For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Pondexter, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
And the Pelicans with the possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Cole dishes to Babbitt. Well, this is really one of the nicer buildings in the NBA right downtown, Clark, this home of the Pelicans across from the Superdome.
Kevin, you're always worried about how close we are to Bourbon Street when we come here, man. But, yeah, this was a fortress for the Pelicans last season as they won some big games here for sure.
Allen's checked in for the Pelicans. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for James Michael McAdoo, and it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. Azili gets the bucket.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. And you talk about the big wins here for the Pelicans last year. How about they beat the Warriors late in the year, which was huge to get into the postseason, as well as the Spurs on that final day to fight their way into that A spot.
Now here is Barbosa. Inside, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
New Orleans making a switch here. Jinsa's checked in. On offense, here are the Pelicans. They're on a 14-6 run.
And, you know, the Pelicans ended 28-13 here last season. A 6-win improvement for them from the season before. They can be a scary team when this place is jumping.
Power down with both hands.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And, guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pelicans.
Clark, they simply ran him off the court.
It was all about the transition game. Fast break points, the difference.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that 3rd meeting.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Holiday. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Kendrick Perkins, at this point in his career, really more of an enforcer than anything. Last season was statistically his worst since his rookie year. Played for a couple different, actually was part of 3 different teams, and ended up in Cleveland after beginning in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and you know, at this stage, what he gives you now, he's really a space eater down low. Still a terrific screener in the pick and roll or in terms of executing of the offense. And when the game gets physical, that tends to lead to him finding a way to make an impact.
Enforcer's a good term
I
to
like
use.
that
Yeah,
one,
I
Kevin.
do too.
I like that one.
Azili can't get it to go. Here's New Orleans. They're on a 19-6 run. The feed to Pondexter. To the inside. Here's Ajinça. There's the dish to Pondexter. Passes it to Ajinça. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on the Golden State Warriors.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Now here is Barbosa. Picked his pocket. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Cole. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Stolen away. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Norris Cole at the line for 2.
And that one falls for Cole. Good on both. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?
We're playing hard. We had a meeting today as a team, and we just wanted to come in here and play hard with energy. That's where it starts from. We did a great job that night.
Tyreek, thank you. Kevin, amazing what can happen when you play hard.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the
2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday. He stepped up his game tonight, getting it done all game long and making the plays whenever they needed him to.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.